Squirrely Oaks. Welcome to Squirrely Oaks. Today is a garden tour. My husband and I do a lot of various projects around the yard, so we just wanted to show some of the stuff we're doing while things are growing really well. It's July, and I'm in Zone 7. Things just look absolutely beautiful in the garden. So I'll take you around. The first section is with beans. It's the wax beans. We like the wax beans better than the green beans, and they look like they're on their way out, so we'll probably pull them up and put something else in its place. We're still trying to think of what would be good here. And we trellis this little shelling bean. I'm not sure which one it is. I can't remember. The label's actually washed off, so we have to get some kind of solution where the labels actually stay. And on the right are turnips. You can see they're pretty good size. I think these are the purple top turnips. And they're about ready to come out, and we'll have to put something else in this spot too. On the back wall we have a flower wall. This is some dianthus that's gone to seed and I really need to collect it. There's a wallflower, and I just took out a hollyhock a few days ago. This foxglove's gone to seed now. And there's a zinnia. And I'm not sure what kind of dianthus that is, and a broccoli. We've got an early girl tomato. It's the only tomato. I just separate it in case it has some kind of issues. It won't jump to the other tomatoes. And here's our peas. There's a few different kind of peas in here. They died this time last year. They died in May, so I don't know how they're still alive, but I'm still enjoying the peas. And there is a cucumber growing up the same trellis because I anticipated the peas would be done by now. And some poblano peppers hiding behind here, and surprisingly they're doing really well considering that they're under the peas. We have some lentils, some black beans, and this is the second succession of beans here, and we put them a little more compact, and we think that we'll keep doing it like that from now on. This butternut squash is actually a volunteer. I don't know how it got here. We've never eaten butternut squash, and we don't have any seeds for them, but it's doing amazing. I even put up a trellis, and we have 5 or 6 butternut squash already. There's some lettuce underneath, and they immediately bolted. And we have some beets. This chard, for some reason, is still going strong. We have some nasturtium and some tiny Tim tomatoes. They're really loaded on with fruit. In this bed we have some jewelweed, and we have some mustard greens that are going to seed. There's another nasturtium, and we have some Walla Walla onions, and there's a little garlic there as well. Hopefully they bulb up and they get way bigger than they are. The cilantro's gone to seed. And here's some radish that started going to seed a couple months ago. I'm surprised it hasn't turned brown yet. So we'll go back to the tomatoes. The first 2 are Rose to Burn. We've already started harvesting. I think the first red one was last week. And they're really big. They're great slicers. It's the first time I'm growing them. Here's some cherry tomatoes. I'm not really sure as to the variety, but this one's really compact. Look at all those clusters. We've got a couple Roma tomatoes, a San Marzano. I've never grown these before. I think the fruit look really cool. And I've been doing a really good job of pruning them too. Here's an alpaca. They don't look the best. Some marigold I grew from seed, just striking colors. And here's a zucchini. Now this one I didn't actually plant. I set it on a pile of compost and forgot about it, and that's probably why it's doing better than my actual zucchini. We put up this trellis for the cantaloupe today. And here's some backup tomatoes. There's 2 kumatos, and I don't remember what the one in the middle was, but it was a sucker. For some reason, our peppers are not doing well this year. These are sweet peppers. I think they're pimentos. And you can see the leaves are kind of all wilty. I'm not really sure what's going on. It didn't happen in our garden last year. We have an okra here. It's the only one that germinated for some reason. Can't wait to have okra. And here's a zucchini I actually did plant. As you can see, it's not doing as well as that one I set on the compost. But I do have a flower I noticed today, so hopefully I'll have more zucchini because I can use it as fast as I grow it. These are lima beans. And there's some Japanese eggplant that's bitten up terribly by flea beetles. We've been dusting it. They just won't go away. And on the right side when you enter the garden is our hot pepper section. So we have some little fire and aways. They're really, really tiny and cute. We have a sweet hot and a couple Korean peppers. A lot of our seeds didn't come up, especially the ones in the pepper section, so we went to Lowe's a few days ago and put some sweet peppers in. There's a cherry hot pepper. And the right side of our garden, I think we're just gonna let go really wild. We do have some asparagus that we put in this year. They look totally different than I thought they would. So hopefully they root up really good. Back here we have some cabbage. I actually started last fall. And they're pretty small considering, but I've never grown cabbage before. So I'm pretty happy. I'm not sure what the variety is. There's some potatoes and a really tiny cabbage. This is also a spring onion from the store that I put in the ground just to see what would happen. And here's some oregano, if you can see it through all the weeds. Thanks for checking out this video, and come see what we do next.